Hi everyone, a very, very good afternoon and a very warm welcome to the first week of Summer School 2024, our fifth summer school. Amazing to think, isn't it? We started this fun collection of pieces to take us through the summer back in 2020 with a programme that included music by John Rutter, of course the amazing Quanta Qualia by Patrick Hawes and the Vivaldi Gloria. Then our second year we introduced you to such delights as Eleanor Daly's Upon Your Heart, Let My Prayer Arise, and so much more. Our third summer school included music by Eric Whittaker, opera choruses, and a little piece called The Lark Ascending. And of course, last year introduced us to such incredible pieces as Indodana and Bohemian Rhapsody. What have we got lined up for you this year? Well, I'm very proud to introduce the new pieces to you all. You are going to love them. This month is particularly beautiful, full of music for the spring and summertime. Now, here in Bristol, it is cold. It is overcast, particularly compared with Atlanta in Georgia, where I've been over the last few days, along with dear Mark Strawn, as guests of Choir Friends of North America. We had an amazing time singing up there. They sang beautifully. The weather was very, very warm indeed. One might even call it hot. In Celsius, 32 degrees, very, very hot. But absolutely wonderful. Atlanta was an incredible place to visit. I think it's got to be the most friendly city I've ever been to. Everyone was lovely. I will share this with you just as I do the quick sound checks. I popped out of the hotel to stroll around a bit, and a guy was caught in between the traffic lights and stopped partway on the crossing, on the crosswalk. And as I was crossing, there was room to cross past him. He rolled his window down and said, "Sorry." I've never had that happen anywhere in the world, under any circumstances. Most of the time, the driver would just sit there staring fixedly ahead, just refusing to look at me. But it was just a wonderful place and such a warm welcome and such a lovely bunch of people to sing with. So to all of you who were at Choir Friends of North America in Atlanta, thank you for coming. And I know there's people out there who desperately wanted to be there and for one reason or another couldn't make it. And lots of love to all of you. So let me just double check the sound. We should have the Grieg Våren. This is our first piece for this evening. Lovely. Let's have that a bit louder. We've got the Delius to be sung on a summer's evening. It's a gorgeous piece. And we have Dirait-On by Lauridsen. This is really nice. Okay, that's all I'm going to play for you now. Don't worry, you're going to get to hear these pieces not once but twice each, because they deserve to be enjoyed. And particularly if you've never sung any of them or even just one of them, this is going to be a real treat. And I'm looking forward enormously to hearing from you as the weeks go by. As of course, there's more coming up this summer school, some of the very best melodies, some of the very best bits of harmony that you could possibly find in the choral repertoire, and all to contrast with what we've put on so far this year. If you cast your mind back to the dim, dark days of January when we learnt the Haydn Lord Nelson Mass, of course the Barber Agnus Dei and the Brahms Requiem, these have all been quite big, quite intense pieces, quite intense, very intense pieces. And so the summer school is always an opportunity to sing lighter and more beautiful repertoire. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Let me welcome everyone who is here this evening, and of course many, many more watching later on. This is a public stream open to everyone, and if you haven't yet signed up to take part in our summer school, you can do so via choiroftheearth.com. If you are a new member of Choir of the Earth, you can get a month for free. Just go along to choiroftheearth.com. You can find the code there on our welcome page, and we do hope that you'll consider joining us for this fantastic course. And let me see who is here this fine evening. Hello, Adrian. Hello, Atty. Hello, Alison. Hello, Andrew. Hello, Annie. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Bev. Hello, Brenda. Hello, Bridget. Hello, Carol. Hello, Carolyn. Hello, Casey. Hello, Catherine. Hello, Kat. It's Mark Cease in the booth, although I'm pretty sure I spotted Mark Strawn, who's supposed to be on holiday, popping in. Hello, Mark and Mark. Hope you're keeping well. Hello, Andy, who's just popped into my my list here. And hello to Catherine as well. Hello, Christine. Hello, Claire. Hello, David and Teresa. Great to see you both. Hello, Deborah. Hello, Dorothy. Hello, Liz. Hello, Emma. Hello, Emma. Hello, Fiona. Hello, Jill. Hello, Gillian. Hello, Glennis. Hello, Gloria. Hello, Gwen. Hello, Gwyn. Hello to Heather, hello Helen, hello Epi, hello Hildegard, hello Iris, hello Jackie, hello Jane, hello Janet, hello Jean, hello Jennifer, hello Jessie, hello Jill, hello Joyce, hello Judith, hello Judy. Hello to Karen, hello Kate, hello Catherine, hello Kathy, hello Kitty, hello Leslie, hello Linda, hello Katri as well. Oh, there's lots of people popping up now. This is a very well attended rehearsal. Hello to Gareth as well. Hello Lisa, hello Liz, hello Linda, hello Michael, hello Mike, hello Nicola, hello Nina, hello Pam, hello Patricia, hello Paul, hello Nancy, hello Paula, hello Philomena, hello Pippa, hello Rachel, hello to Richard, hello Ruth, hello Sandra, hello Sarah, hello Seamus, of course, hello Sheila, hello Soraya, hello Stephanie, hello Susanna, hello Suzanne, hello Terry, hello Valerie, hello Vanessa, hello to Wendy, hello to all of you. It's just so great to be back in Choir of the Earth rehearsals. It's been a long time. It's been a number of weeks since we were together, and we've got a brilliant summer ahead and a fantastic autumn and winter to look forward to. And as I said, just make yourselves at home. I see that Angie's joined us. Hello to Angie. And to anyone else who's popped up in my list, but I've missed you off, I'm ever so sorry. Hello to Deborah as well, and Frida and Gillian. I'm just quickly scrolling down. Hello, Heidi. If I've missed you off the list, it's just YouTube showing me who's been chatting. There's Jennifer as well. What a fantastic turnout. I do hope you enjoy this evening. Hello, Lorna. Hello, everybody. Sandra as well. Fabulous. Andrew says, just in time. Oh, it's great to see all of you. Well, get yourselves comfortable, everyone. Make sure you've got a good drink. I've got water here, though I have just had a strong coffee. Currently, it feels like it should be midday and that I've been up since 2 o'clock in the morning. That's the joy of jet lag for all of you. But, you know, it was a fantastic time in Atlanta. And again, to anyone who's watching who I got to meet in person, some of you I've known for over 4 years. It was the first time to meet many people in person. It was a fantastic event. And if you weren't able to join us, well, it would be great to do it again one day, wouldn't it? So let's get started, everyone. Do please wave your fingers at the screen and make the all-important noise. It's compulsory. Here we go. Wonderful. And a very, very good evening and a very warm welcome to our Summer School 2024. As I was saying in my little preamble there, this is the 5th Summer School put on by this marvellous organisation, and we have some absolute treats for you. Really beautiful music that will lighten your mood and indeed hopefully make up for those of you who, like me, are sitting here wearing jackets because it's cold and raining outside. Well, we're going to bring the sunshine in the form of some outstanding music from all over the world. But first of all, let me just press my magic button here and bring up some slides as prepared for us by the wonderful Nikki, our comms director. So to just pick things up and just go through the admin, please just remind you that we have the Brahms German Requiem currently with all of you, and hopefully you're all recording. And if you've just joined us and you want to take part in this, you can do so by going to the members area. You can watch the teaching, you can record as little or as much as you like, but you have until the 14th of July 2024, which is 5 weeks or so, to get your recordings into us. I know a number of people have already recorded and sent it in. I also know that some people have got some catching up to do. You still have time, but please just send us in whatever you record. Remember, even if a take goes horribly wrong, send it in anyway, okay? As Brahms himself is saying here, submit. Okay, submit to the Brahms, and you've got until the 14th of July. And remember, this is with the Bergen Philharmonic under the incredible leadership of Edvard Gardner. More on him and that wonderful ensemble very, very shortly. But let me please welcome you officially to Summer School 2024. This is the first of 3 short courses that run throughout the summer for 2 weeks each. And our first month, of course, is June. And we're going to be looking over this week and next week at 3 stunning pieces. One by a Norwegian composer, one by an American, and one by an Englishman. So we'll be looking at Våren by Edvard Grieg, Dirait-On by Morten Lauridsen, and To Be Sung of a Summer Night on the Water, that's quite a title, but only the first of the 2 movements, by Frederick Delius. More on these pieces in a minute, but as you'll hear, these are all beautiful, beautiful pieces that really do capture the feel of summertime. Now, what's coming up in July? Well, this is a month of Bob Chilcott's music. And of course, Choir of the Earth back at Christmas recorded his stunning piece, Midwinter. Bob Chilcott is, of course, a former King's singer. He is the conductor emeritus of the BBC Singers and world famous for his beautiful choral music. And we're going to sing two pieces by Bob Chilcott in July. The first is an arrangement of a piece by U2. It is MLK, and it is absolutely stunning. So moving, so powerful. To my mind, this may well be this year's Indodana, this year's Quanta Qualia. You're going to absolutely love it. And you're also going to love The Singing Heart, which I think in so many ways encapsulates and captures the feeling of singing together better than pretty much any other piece I've ever gotten to know. So in July, it's MLK by U2, arranged by Bob Chilcott, and The Singing Heart. And just so you know, we will be joined in the final performance of The Singing Heart by a set of handbells as well. More on that as we go. And then, of course, August is something completely different and completely exciting. We are going to be heading over to Finland for an evensong. And to prepare us for that, we have music by Jaakko Mantiavi and by Herbert Howells. We will be learning these two beautiful pieces. And we're going to be guided through the Finnish piece by some Finnish singers. And we'll have Like as the Heart by Herbert Howells performed by myself and my family here in Patchway Cathedral. And there's also the option, if you wish to come and join us in person in Finland and sing these pieces live. So we'll learn the pieces in the 2 weeks leading up to this very special summer school trip to Evensong in Finland. We will be singing a full day event there at the Olari Church in Espoo near Helsinki with the Tapiola Chamber Choir. There will then be an informal evening reception and a kantele workshop. And those of you that know me know that I love the Finnish kantele, and it'll be led by our very own Susanna Heinonen. So do please come and join us if you can. The details are here. If you just get your phone out and scan this QR code, you can go straight to the webpage. You can come along and join us over there in Helsinki. I can let you know that we've got lots of people signed up, including lots of tenors. It's great. We've got a fantastic tenor section. Could do with a couple more basses. And of course, sopranos, altos, and any more tenors are very welcome to come over and join us in Helsinki. Now, at the moment, we're celebrating International Pride Month along with, the rest of the world. And we just want to send all of our love, support, and indeed our harmony to our LGBTQIA+ choral family and friends. Lots of love to all of you. Big hugs all round. And speaking of big hugs, we are about to launch, and I'm afraid this is a couple of days later than we'd planned, but an outstanding project, which is Quanta Qualia 3. Now, if you are new to the choir, if you haven't joined us before and this is your first time here, Quanta Qualia is a piece by the internationally renowned British composer Patrick Hawes. The words are by his brother, Andrew Hawes, and the words are, well, oh, my soul, wait, how great and how wonderful the joys of the meeting will be. Obviously sung in Latin. And the piece itself is 8-part close harmony with a beautiful instrumental solo above. And it has become an anthem for Choir of the Earth. We recorded one version in the heart of lockdown in the summer of 2020, and that version was heard all around the world and touched literally tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of hearts, possibly even millions at this point. We re-recorded it in 2021 with a beautiful cello solo by Jackson Lloyd Webber, and we are going to reopen Quanta Qualia on Wednesday of this week. So from Wednesday, the 12th of June, to Saturday, 31st of August, so the very end of the summer, you will be able to record and submit for Quanta Qualia 3. Now, you will need your own score, and it costs £10 on top of that to take part, because this is an extra course that is incurring extra costs for the choir. So we're asking for £5 for everyone who takes part, and you can submit as many recordings as you like for that £5, but that will allow us to pay our engineers and our sound mixers to create this ultimate version of Quanta Qualia. We are going to retain the voices from Quanta Qualia 1 and 2, so we're going to create an additive performance, a cumulative performance of everyone who's ever recorded Quanta Qualia for us. It is a really very, very special opportunity, everyone. As I know, every time we play Quanta Qualia, and it's been the #1 in our Hall of Fame for the last 2 years, every time you play it, the live chat is full of people going, I wish I'd been in Quanta Qualia. I wasn't able to record. This is your chance. Okay, and of course, as always, you can record as many parts as you like. You can record soprano, alto, tenor, bass, and as often as you like. Please do get involved with this, because it's a very, very special celebration of our past, our present, and indeed our future. So there'll be a link to everyone sent via email over the next couple of days. Please bear with us, because there's been a lot going on here at Choir of the Earth. So look out for the link in your email over the next couple of days, and do sign up and record our chart-topping Desert Island disc featuring Anthem Quanta Qualia by Patrick Hawes. Now, once the summer is over, the singing continues with the Bach's Magnificat. And this is an immense work. This is going to be our Christmas performance this year. The work itself was conceived as a work for Christmas, and so it makes sense for us to perform it at our Christmas celebration there in December. We will be learning and recording throughout September and October to give the engineers time in November to mix it all and get it all sounding marvellous. And then that will be launched in December alongside our Christmas programme as usual. You'll have your Advent calendar. You'll have lots and lots of beautiful pieces that we've performed over the last 4 years played for you. But the big work is Bach's Magnificat. Richard Gowers has recorded it on the organ at St George's, Hanover Square, and Fieri are hard at work recording the guide tracks for us already. This one is going to be an absolute standout piece. And we haven't done a huge amount of Bach here at Choir of the Earth. We've done Jesus drove man's desiring, and a few years ago we did the Bach St John Passion with Elie Slorak, but this is the first big one that we've done since. So do join us for this. It starts on the 9th of September and the teaching will run until the 24th of October. As you can see here on screen, a recording deadline in November, TBA, and then mixing through November and December. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Now, once the Bach Magnificat is over, well, we will be starting to learn an incredible piece. This is Mahler's Symphony number 8. Now, I know a number of you, I think we worked out 15% of the choir took part in the Choir of the Earth version several years ago under the immense leadership of John Warner. This is, well, it's fair to say we don't want to do a work again unless we can do it bigger and better. And it's fair to say this is going to be very much both counts. Because on the 5th of June, just last week, Mark Cease represented Choir of the Earth at Edward Gardner's farewell performance with the Bergen Philharmonic, which was Mahler's 8th. And we were lucky enough to record the concert with 16 extra microphones on top of the nearly 100 that were placed around the Grieg there in Bergen in Norway to capture the performances so that we can start learning and we can record our voices to add to the 450 live performers there in the Grieg. If everyone in Choir of the Earth at the moment were to record, there would be over 1,000 singers in this final recording. It's known as the Symphony of 1,000. We are going to make it the Symphony of well over 1,000. So that is going to be your October, November and December teaching, and we are so excited and so privileged because, of course, Edward Gardner has been with the Bergen Philharmonic for many years. This was literally his last concert. Emotions were very, very high. Everyone was extraordinarily buoyed by the music and, of course, devastated at the end. You can hear the intensity and the beauty in their singing, and we are just so fortunate and, again, so honoured to have been invited to take part in it. So that is the rest of your 2024. Let's take stock for a moment and just consider that there's very, very few choirs in the world that can boast a year that includes the Haydn Nelson Mass, the Brahms Requiem, the Barber Adagio, a full summer school, Bach's Magnificat, and Mahler 8. We're very fortunate, I think, here at Choir of the Earth. And, of course, next year is looking amazing as well. So let's take stock and think about what we've got to look at over the next couple of weeks. We have 3 pieces to look at between now and the 20th of June. And these are all themed around summertime. They're themed around lighter skies, beautiful flowers, and a feeling of peace and tranquility. And we'll start by having a look at Våren here by Edvard Grieg. Now, of course, we've been speaking about Bergen, the Bergen Philharmonic, with whom we recorded the Delius Mass of Life, and indeed the Brahms Requiem, and shortly to perform Mahler 8. Grieg made Bergen his home, and we'll see very shortly exactly whereabouts that was. But there's the great man himself with his trademark big hair and his trademark moustache. He was actually only 4'11". He's a very, very, well, let's just say great things come in small packages, I think it's fair to say. And he was very much influenced by nature. If you do have a chance to visit Bergen, I can thoroughly recommend it as a city break. And do go to Grieg's house, which is a villa about 5 or 10 miles outside of the city, nestled on the banks of a beautiful lake. And as you can walk around the house, you can see Grieg's kitchen and his living space, and indeed where he would sit and play the piano, and where he would sit with his wife. There is also a little concert hall at what is called Troldhagen, for obvious reasons. A little concert hall where you can sit and enjoy music with the lake behind you. And if you can take a walk down from the villa to the bank of the lake with the most idyllic scene. And if you just cast your eyes to the left, you'll see the tomb of Grieg and his wife in the mountainside. Was where they were laid to rest with a beautiful ceremony, and quite a lot of his music was performed there. So Våren was written at a time when Norwegians were arguing about which form of their language constituted authentic Norwegian. And basically, the pronunciation was controversial at the time. We're going to avoid that controversy by singing it in English. It's a great arrangement by Jim Clements, and the piece itself is absolutely gorgeous. It's a strophic setting, so it's set with, generally speaking, one note per syllable, and the music repeats between the two verses. The poem itself, which is by Asmund Orvinje, and the text itself refers to the changing of seasons from winter to spring, the emergence from winter to spring, and the changing of the thawing ice and the flowers and the green grass and the birds and the butterflies. It's absolutely lovely, lovely music, and I think you're going to enjoy it very much indeed. We're going to be looking at the choral parts, SATB. We're going to leave the solo line for Lucy Cox, who of course recorded it so beautifully for us. And so what I thought I'd do is I'd invite you to pick up your scores and let's enjoy the first ever performance recorded by the Fieri Consort just for us of Våren, which is titled Last Spring. And here it is for the first time. Enjoy, everyone. you are, everyone. Isn't that just gorgeous? Beautiful music, beautifully sung. And we're going to be learning that piece this week. Now, you can see that, bearing in mind, people in the live chat saying it's quite hard to hear the individual parts. That's because that is a full mix. But of course, we will be teaching each and every part, and you'll be singing along with voice louder tracks as usual. So if you weren't able to follow an individual line, well, that's because it's all mixed together. But we'll be teaching it in our normal way, singing along with our lead tracks, and we're going to have a wonderful time. Some incredible harmony, some beautiful, beautiful sentiment in that. And just imagine, of course, Choir of the Earth singing that all together. Now, as this is a piece about springtime, and particularly in Norway, what we've done is we've put together for our second listen through of that beautiful piece a little video of Norwegian springtime and Norwegian scenery. And at the very, very end, just as the piece disappears off into silence, there's a bit of footage that I filmed when we visited Bergen a couple of years ago by that lake, down from where Grieg used to live, and just off to the left, as I say, where he's buried. Basically, you get to see Grieg's everyday view at the end of this video. So do enjoy our second playthrough of Våren by Grieg, and this will be one of the two pieces that we look at this week. Here we go.
Each fly a green.
There we are, everyone. A beautiful piece, and indeed one of the two works that we will be looking at this week. So that was Våren by Grieg. And we're going to follow it with, I think the most logical choice would be to pair the Grieg with the Delius, because of course they were great friends. Both Grieg and Delius spent a lot of time walking in the mountains in Norway. That is where Delius got inspiration for A Mass of Life, which of course many of us in the choir know very, very well. But we're going to be singing one of Delius's unaccompanied pieces, and it's a lot simpler than A Mass of Life. Okay, we're not going to be singing any double fugues in German. This is gentle, this is sweet, it is very poignant and very, very lovely indeed. I've got a quote for you from Delius, who wrote, It is only that which cannot be expressed otherwise that is worth expressing in music," which is a really interesting thing to say, particularly for a composer like Delius. He wrote in a kind of it's really interesting to try and pigeonhole him, because you can't. His music is romantic, but with elements of what was to follow in the 20th century. There's elements of kind of music that would become jazz ultimately, and there's quite a few chords as you listen to this next piece, which is called To Be Sung of a Summer Night on the Water, movement number 1. You will hear chords that would be very, very at home only a decade or so later, in the 1920s and 1930s. But the whole piece is just evocative of sitting by the river of a summer evening and just enjoying the light on the water, the warmth in the air, and just good time, good company. It is a beautiful piece. So on the opening page, Delius writes this footnote here, to sing on the vowel as in love, with a very loose mouth, almost closed in the pianissimo, but which should be gradually opened or shut according as more or less tone is wanted. Breath should be taken only at the sign, which is a little comma, if possible, and quietly and quickly, in order to preserve the legato. So that's a very specific performance decoration, which performance instruction, I should say, which is going to inform our singing as we go ahead. And if you've got the score in front of you, you can see there are no words, which I think is a blessed relief for those of us who sang that wonderful Mass of Life with Delius. There's a lot of German. This is voiceless or wordless, but it is absolutely gorgeous. And as we go through, you can see those carefully placed commas, which are there to just preserve this constant flow, this feeling of undulating water, of sunlight dappling on top of the water there, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So let's have a little listen. This is Fred Delius. We've seen all sorts of photographs of him. Here he is in his later life as he was living in France. And those of you that are Delius fans will find this, I think, quite familiar. It's quite similar to the main theme from the Song of the High Hills, in both its kind of melodic shape and also its kind of plaintive mood. So let's have a listen. This is the first time anyone outside the team has heard this recording. It was recorded for us by Fieri over the last few weeks, so this is fresh out of the oven. And let's enjoy, for the first time, Delius's To Be Sung of a Summer Night on the Water. Here we go. absolutely lovely, lovely, lovely sound. And of course, it's the first time we've all heard it. Some people, they'll get that straight away. Others, it'll take a few listens before they start feeling comfortable with it. But of course, what we'll do is what we always do. We'll take each line note by note. And I can tell you, of course, as always, when you hear it all mixed together, it sounds quite complicated. When you take each line with a professional singer singing in your ear, it's much, much, much simpler. We'll look at all the shapes. We'll look at all of the opportunities for you to really get every last bit of expression and wonderment out of this gorgeous piece. And when it's all mixed together, it'll sound incredible. I think we may end up being, as always, the largest choir ever to sing this piece, but of course with that trademark Choir of the Earth clarity and beauty. And so, just as I did with the last piece, we've created a second video to go alongside the second playthrough, all of footage, as you'd imagine, of a sunset over rivers from all over the world. And so let's enjoy for the second time this piece by Delius. I would urge those of you watching, if you've never sung it before, you're welcome to follow along on the score, but just allow the music maybe this second time to just wash over you. Look at the visuals and think ahead to several weeks hence when you've recorded it and you're hearing it all mixed together by Connor and Kai and Matt. You're hearing the sound of people from all around the world singing this gorgeous piece, because it's going to sound incredible. So here is, for the second time, Delius to be sung of a summer night on the water, movement number 1, with some little visuals to just inspire you. Here we go. There we are, everyone. And if you did take my advice and just let that music wash over you and just look at the visuals, it is so evocative, isn't it? You can imagine that being sung as Delius intended, floating over the water, coming to you from far away. Delius, of course, spent lots of time in his youth living in Florida. His father sent him there to run an orange plantation. He didn't do very well at it, by the way, just so you know. Everything his father tried to get him to do, he quite deliberately, I'm afraid, ran into the ground, because what he wanted to do more than anything was be a composer. And in the end, his father sort of grudgingly agreed, given that he'd tried all sorts of things. He'd had him off go and run a mill and work in Europe and work in America, and he just didn't want to. He wanted to be a composer. And one of the things about Delius, as I'll tell you in your rehearsals this week for this piece, is that he wrote in his memoir, vividly remembering sitting on the deck of his plantation house down there in Florida and just listening to the ships going by, the boats going by with choirs on them, singing to entertain people who were out on pleasure cruises. And the sound of the voices floating across the water never left him. And that is a direct inspiration for this piece that we're going to learn. It's very warm, it's very beautiful, and I do appreciate that it sounds complicated. I promise you, it's much, much easier than you might think. But as always, we're going to take our time, we're going to learn it thoroughly, and by the time you come to record it, I think you'll really enjoy it. Now, we've got one more piece to learn over this first summer school session, and it's by this chap here. This, everyone, is Morten Lauridsen, and he is a contemporary composer. He is producing at the moment some of the most beautiful choral music in the repertoire. You may know his pieces O Nata Lux and O Magnum Mysterium and so much more. I've enjoyed his music for years and years and years, and this is an absolute classic. It's the fourth piece in his choral cycle, Les Chansons des Roses, I should say, and the 5 poems are drawn from poems by Rilke, who wrote them in 1926, a collection of 27 lyrical poems, all on the theme of roses. And this famous chanson is the last of the cycle. It's called Dirait-On, and it's a setting with piano accompaniment of the 5th poem. Now, the words are in French. We shall be singing en français, but we are going to translate it. So the words translate as, I have such awareness of your being, perfect rose, that my will unites you with my heart in celebration. I breathe you in, rose, as if you were all of life, and I feel the perfect friend of a perfect friend. It's gorgeous music, it really is. The piano has been played for us by Richard Gowers. Of course, the Fieri Consort have recorded this for us. And if I had to describe the setting, it's largely homophonic. That means it's largely in chords with some use of independent counterpoint to particularly lyrical moments, but mostly the parts move together. And the architecture of the piece is really, really lovely. It repeats and then it changes the 3rd time and brings back the opening at the end, which is exactly what you'd expect a masterful composer to do. All of the textures and the dynamics are designed to tug at the heartstrings, and they expertly do so. And really, the harmony is the thing that will leap out at you, everyone. It's sonorous, it's rich, there's some beautiful 7th chords and 9th chords of sus chords, and it just creates a richness and colour which just beautifully sums up the poem and its feeling and flavour. So let's enjoy, for the first time, this gorgeous piece. This will be what we look at next week because, well, it's not quite as straightforward as the other two, and I'm going to want to spend plenty of time getting us through this gorgeous music, and of course with the French as well. So grab your scores, everyone, and let's enjoy. The first time, this is a world premiere recording of Dirait-On by Morten Lauridsen. Do enjoy.
Dirait-On,
How about that? Isn't that just lovely? So sweet, so beautifully played and performed there by Richard Gowers and the Fieri Consort just for us. We will be learning that piece next week, and then it'll be over to you to start recording. And of course, we've got, as always, the guide tracks. We'll be able to practice and learn along. Remember, if you're practicing along and you want things slowed down, you can use the cog icon here on YouTube to slow things down and practice, and then don't forget to put it back up to 100% before you record. A few members have fallen foul of that in the past, but just imagine how stunning that is going to sound with hundreds, if not thousands of voices all combined in that world premiere recording along with Fieri. So let's have that again as before. I put together a little video for all of you. And as it's about roses, well, I thought we'd take a trip to the flower market, everyone. So do enjoy for the second time this evening, Dirait-On by Morten Lauridsen, with Richard Gowers on the piano and the incredible Fieri Consort. Here we go.
Dirait-On,
Well, there you are, everyone. Those are your three pieces for the first month of Summer School 2024. And you can see here we've got Våren by Edvard Grieg, that beautiful piece all about the changing of the seasons from winter to spring. You've got To Be Sung of a Summer Night on the Water, Movement 1 by Frederick Delius. And I need you to imagine that music, as I say, floating towards you across the water from a ship passing with a choir on board. And then finally, Dirait-On by Morten, which is going to be, I think, our collective earworm for the month. It certainly has been mine over the last few weeks. Now, we're going to start rehearsals for these pieces tomorrow, and you'll have sectional rehearsals all throughout the rest of this week, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday evening as usual. You'll have a full choir rehearsal on Monday next week to pull together what we've learnt and to look ahead at the Lauridsen. This week we're looking at the Grieg and the Delius, and the Lauridsen next week. And then, of course, next week, sectional rehearsals as well. We're also going to be sharing with all of you the last few movements remaining of the Monteverdi Vespers and a mini Monteverdi concert, which will go out a week tomorrow. Details will follow in the roundup, but that will be Tuesday, the 18th of June, and that will be, I believe, 6:30 p.m. UK time to allow us time to have our regular rehearsal before we share the last movements of the Monteverdi Vespers, and there are some absolute treats for you to enjoy in there. So once again, thank you so much for being here, everyone. We do remember, please, to get those Brahms recordings in for us just as soon as you can. There's no worry with if you only manage to get part of it recorded, but if you can get as much of it done as possible, we really do appreciate everyone doing that for us. And keep an eye out on your roundup, because of course that's where you get all of the key information that we have to share with you. Lots going on over the summer, and lots of news, of course, as soon as we can share it with all of you. So enjoy the rest of your evening, everyone. I'm off now to conduct an orchestra in North Somerset in a programme of lighter film-based music for the summer, but I'll be seeing you at your sectional rehearsals throughout this week. And just huge thanks to all of you for being part of this gorgeous choir and this wonderful, wonderful course. So see you soon, everyone. Take care. All the very best. Bye.